I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything. I wanna know it, feel it, take it all. I wanna fix everything. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. I wanna scream out, 'cause I can't stand this wait and see. 'Cause I've been way down, way too long. There's still a pulse in me. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. Who let you down? Who let you down? There is no easy way out. Who let you down? Who let you down? You got it the wrong time. A hard look at the hard lines. Who let you down right now? There is no easy way out. Take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. Who let you down right now? Who let you down?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to XFW here, Blood Sword 6 streaming. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us here. Whether you're on Facebook, you're on Twitch, or you're on YouTube, right over at bloodsword6.com. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right down to match number 1 to get things started. XFW Saturday Night Showdown. Welcome, everyone. We are kicking things off tonight on XFW Saturday Night Showdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
And we're kicking things off
making his way
with
to the
Owen
ring
Bush
from Hackettstown, New Jersey.
And again, folks,
Weighing
we've been
in
talking
at
about this a little bit. We see Owen Bush,
277
and directly behind him again
Wildcat
is Race
Owen
Williams. We don't know what the correlation is between these two. We do know that Owen Bush took a payoff from the Cosa Nostra and the Wolf Pack, but now Dalton Adams has been removed from XFW. From what I understand, he's been removed from the police force. And this all has to do with Owen Bush. Whatever correlation he has with Race Williams seems to be coming to a full head here in XFW as we kick off XFW Saturday Night Showdown. But again, you see the disgusted look on Owen Bush's face, the Wildcat, who came onto the scene accompanying Dalton Adams, the Sarge, who I'm sad to see gone from XFW. But Owen Bush now seem to be driving now down the XFW road in the same truck as Race Williams. So not exactly sure what's going on between these two folks, but we'll try to get more on it. We've already put Dirk Webb on the scene to try to find out what's going on. Hopefully we'll get some sort of information. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing. And there's a little bit, again, of Miss Kitty Lane sharing her best assets. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes Christopher St. Pierce.
From Chelsea, England, weighing in at 210 pounds, Prince Christopherson Pierce.
Adam B., thank you for tuning in. We will try to do our best to bring you that fantastic show you guys are looking for here at XFW tonight. Earlier today on TKWA Showtime, Shane Black was once again victorious. Showtime Shane Black, the current TKWA World Heavyweight Champion. We have not seen Showtime in XFW as of late because he's been doing so much over at TKWA. As everyone knows, being a champion in professional wrestling is a full-time commitment. However, we will see some other members of Evolution in action tonight. Big-time Jim Slater, later this evening, teaming up with Bad Boy Marshall Sweet in our main event, taking on Mark Collins and the former 6-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Walker. Somewhere out in the world, I understand Dirk Webb is online somewhere sending us some messages. Dirk, if you're out there, please say hello. I'm sure he had some interviews with some of the folks in the back today. Folks, here we go. Match underway. Getting Saturday Night Showdown kicking off and starting here as Prince Pierce immediately takes charge and takes Bush off his feet. Prince Pierce very much well-rounded in the technical side of professional wrestling. Bush much more of a brawler with the bit of somewhat of law enforcement background that he has, as well as the bounty hunting profession that he comes from here before coming to XFW. Right now, Bush with a big boot lands directly between the eyes of Christopherson Pierce. And now a brutal right hand. Bush now taking charge, up and over, grabbing Prince Pierce by the throat and tossing him across the canvas. Good Lord, the brutality. We're already seeing it's only our opening contest. Elbow shot now by Pierce, directly to the face, and he comes back with a beautiful European uppercut right under the chin of Owen Bush. And again, the forearm shot to the face by Prince Pierce. Again, folks, thank you for joining us here at XFW tonight. And again, whatever platform you're deciding to watch us on. Whether it's XFW on Facebook, whether it's Bloodsword 6 streaming on Twitch or YouTube, or Bloodsword6.com itself, thank you for joining us. Adam B. saying he hopes Dirk Webb doesn't make any enemies backstage. I can guarantee you right now, Dirk Webb has enemies backstage. Dirk Webb has uncovered some skeletons in closets that people did not want to get out. And that is one thing that he did. Webb will continue to do that. That is his job here in XFW. He is the investigative reporter, and that is what he's here to do, whether folks like it or not. And I'm sure Owen Bush has issues with that as we dive into what's going on with Bush and Race Williams. You see Williams again on the outside of the ring. Watching on is his business partner, friend, I'm not sure, again, what the correlation between Bush and Pierce is, or Bush and Race Williams, I'm sorry. But Pierce now laying in the shots again to Owen Bush. The Wildcat now in trouble. Now in almost an STO-style maneuver. Wrenching back on the throat of Owen Bush. Pierce couldn't hold on. Bush gets out of the way. And again, that running big boot connects right under the chin of Christopherson Pierce. For whatever reason, Christopherson Pierce thinks if he captures an XFW championship, it'll get him closer in line to the throne of England. He claims to be the 26th in line to the throne of England. And for whatever reason, the XFW championship or any championship will get him closer. And a alignment push with a brutal short arm clothesline. You see Race Williams looking on again. We have a hard time finding any background information on Race Williams himself. I've talked about it for weeks. The only thing listed on his application, XFW, and the bio we're given is that he is a resident of Albuquerque, New Mexico for the past 8 years. But now Dirk Webb uncovering that Owen Bush himself has been in Albuquerque, New Mexico for nearly that same time, if not a few years shorter. So I'm wondering if that is some part of the tie that puts these two together. Owen Bush again with a count and a shot right to the face. But again, the counter by Christopherson Pierce. The uppercut connects, but Pierce dropping to one knee, can't continue. A little bit exhausted, Bush rolling underneath the ropes. Both these men already looking exhausted. You see the frustration on both. And Bush fires off with the right hand, right underneath the chin. Bush again grabbing Pierce by the throat and tossing him downward across the ring. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in to XFW tonight. This is our opening contest of the evening. Owen Bush, the Wildcat, going one-on-one with Prince Christopherson Pierce. Pierce missing the uppercut in the corner. Now resorting to shots in the midsection, driving the shoulder in. Pierce looks out of his element tonight, folks. He is not thinking straight. I'm wondering if an earlier shot to the head. Donald Mitchell, thank you for becoming a fan of XFW. Thank you for joining us here. We hope you enjoy the show. We hope you'll be back. Big right hand. And Pierce fires back himself. And Pierce with a shot to the midsection. Pierce hits the Tower of London. It connects. Owen Bush is down. 1, 2. Oh, Chris Pierce pulls off the victory. Christopherson Pierce pulls off the victory. Race Williams stayed out of the contest, which I will give him some credit for. We've seen Bush and Williams interact with each other, but Pierce again, resilient. Marshall Foskett, thank you for liking the stream. A little bit of maniacal glee for you. Christopherson Pierce with the victory over the Wildcat Owen Bush tonight. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing again. And we get more Katie Lane on the screen. Always something fun to look at. And Marshall Foskett sending 100 stars our way. Thank you, Mr. Foskett, for sending more stars. Match number 1 out of the way, folks, and Christopherson Pierce again victorious on XFW. Christopherson Pierce has been knocking people off left and right here in XFW. Jesse Lee Simmons, thank you for liking the stream. Thank you all for joining us here at XFW tonight. Thank you very much for joining. And again, thank you guys for the likes and the shares that we've already received. Now, we've got a lot of matches coming your way, including another tag team match in the newly developed XFW Women's Division. Now, tonight will be another elimination style match in that tournament. I know the Goddesses are in that contest, folks. From what I understand, there's another team coming up. Not exactly sure who they are. It's a last-minute entry, and it seems they're from out of the country, but they are, from what I understand, a well-known wrestling team. I don't know much about them, but somehow they managed to get themselves a last-minute entry into the Women's Championship division. Adam B., can you update us again what stars are? Stars, Adam, are a donation to our stream if you guys are happy with it. Pretty much 100 stars equals pretty much $1. You guys can buy stars on Facebook, and once we get back our status up here on Facebook, you guys will actually will earn stars just for watching other streamers on Facebook, and you can earn streams for watching earn stars for watching XFW when we get back to that level. And I want to thank those guys that have already thrown stars our way, as well as the likes and the shares, as we continue to build our community back up here on Facebook after we lost our previous page. but you guys can also subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitch, and hopefully, if things go well, we won't have to cut down one of these avenues, and you guys can enjoy XFW, whatever platform it is you like to watch us on. Marshall Foskett, thank you again for sharing. Folks, we're going to head down to ringside for more one-on-one action next. XFW Saturday Showdown continues. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the maniacal glee.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sandy, Utah. Weighing in at 240.
Jerry Rogers, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Maniacal Glee making his way down to ringside. The Maniacal Glees. Well, folks, it's a bit of an enigma here in XFW. You never know which side of this lunatic you're going to get. We've seen Glee be as playful as a kitten, and then we've seen him unleash terror, and that like a saber-toothed tiger. We never know which way you're going with the Maniacal Glee. But tonight he will have his hands full as he goes one-on-one with Hero Katsuyori.
Oita, Japan. Weighing in at 244 pounds. Hero Katsuyori.
Hero Katsuyori, the Japanese Ultimate Warrior, as some fans have referred to him as. I think this is the first time these two have ever met inside the ring in one-on-one competition. I know they've met in fatal four-ways. Hero Katsuyori's been on a roll here in XFW, but so has the Maniacal Glee. Glee has become very popular as of late in XFW, had a hiatus in early 2020. All right, folks, there's the bell, and we are off and running. And Glee coming right out of the gate with a big boot right under the chin of Hero Katsuyori. Glee fighting things off. Looks like he's trying to take a little bit of a martial arts aspect to this, but Glee just gets leveled with one of the lariats from Hero Katsuyori. Early cover, but Glee gets the shoulder up. Shot to the midsection now by the Maniacal one. And a kick again, the spinning kick to the back. And now Glee back and forth, charging in. And a second time, Katsuyori driven into the turnbuckle. Syed, thank you for liking the stream. And a DDT now for the Maniacal Glee. You see Katsuyori now holding onto his head. Dirk Webb, thank you for joining us in the stream. Yeah, it's got a bunch of happy faces and giggles. Glee does not speak. He refuses to speak. He just makes weird sounds, laughing sounds, giggling, and occasionally a very disturbing growl. Hero Katsuyori now turning the suplexes. We've already seen lariats come out of his way, and now sticking to what makes Katsuyori one of the most brutal competitors we have in XFW. Some of the fiercest lariats and clotheslines I have ever seen in pro wrestling, as well as the brutal barrage of suplexes this man will throw. His devastating cradle suplex that he likes to beat his opponents with is absolutely devastating. Right now, look at Glee into a spinning powerbomb, pinning combination by the Maniacal one, but Katsuyori gets the shoulder up even before Mike Itura can get into the position to count. Glee now up and over the top rope, but hangs on the top of the turnbuckle. Katsuyori gonna bring him to the hard way, belly to belly. Glee now in a little bit of trouble. The Maniacal one had a back and forth, a short rivalry with Brian Blaze back in late June, early July. The two battled on a number of occasions in hardcore matches, both men getting victories over one another. But Glee, again, went on a little bit of a vacation. We didn't see him for some time, but now showing back up like nothing goes on. But you never can tell with Glee. And Glee now unleashing his own German suplex onto Katsuyori. Right hand blocked. Katsuyori lights up for repeated shots down the head. Katsuyori springboard into a stunner Holy hell, that was awesome. Hiro Katsuyori showing us his own little bit of new offense tonight. Look at this, folks. Katsuyori off that middle rope. And the stunner, now the just leveled Glee with a brilliant lariat to spinning it out, covered on Glee. Glee gets the shoulder up. Katsuyori looks a little bit surprised. I would not be surprised. Glee is very resilient, although you can't tell how much the man is in pain. Oh, both men now with the outside, and Glee using the blind spot there in the corner to catch Katsuyori off guard, but Hiro coming right back. Wayne Jaworski, thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for tuning in to XFW. Katsuyori now on the outside. Katsuyori deadlift. Glee into a powerbomb. Good Lord, that hard, unforgiving concrete floor. Glee desperation shoves Katsuyori almost near the into the Bloodsword6.com order table. Glee rolling back to the outside. Now that will restart the count by Mike Atora, head referee here in XFW. Underneath the ring we go. Glee now back inside, turning him around. Glee. Oh! Hard face slam into the canvas by Maniacal from a full Nelson position. We got a cover, but again, Katsuyori gets the shoulder up with barely a 1 count. Katsuyori now again waylaying in. But Glee fires back with a kick in the midsection. Katsuyori rolls out of the way. Both these men now staring down at one another. Glee seems to be back in a bit of a serious mode tonight. Not the usual shenanigans we see from the Maniacal Glee. Oh, Glee with a nice counter with a headbutt and a jumping neckbreaker. And now, there we go. There's a little bit of Glee we know and love, or love to hate. Whatever you choose to do. Glee now, scoop slam. Oh, and a crawling headbutt. Haven't seen that since the days of JYD back in the 80s. Junkyard Dog version of a headbutt from the Maniacal Glee. But again, look at Katsuyori. Look how quickly he gets back to his feet. Katsuyori catches the leg. He comes in. Exploder. Glee gets taken off his feet. I guarantee Glee doesn't even know what the hell just happened. Glee went for a big boot again, and Katsuyori catches him, pulls him in for that cradle shot, and delivers a knockout suplex again to Glee. But Glee again turning things around. The Maniacal one, again, that face cover, that mask. Got full, you can't even see his eyes, folks. And you can't tell if he's in pain. You can't tell if he's making eye contact with you. I can guarantee Glee uses that to an advantage. Counter again by Katsuyori. Glee thrown over the top rope, but once again holds on to the top rope. And Katsuyori sends him out to the outside, knocking him off the apron once again. And folks, our main event tonight, tag team action. One member of Evolution teaming up with Bad Boy Marshall Sweet, the current internet champion, taking on 2 members of the Entourage. Morgan Steiner's group of thugs. Morgan in the ring tonight will be Seth Walker, the former 6-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion and former United States and Internet Champion, Mark Collins. Collins, the first ever dual champion here at XFW, holding the Internet and United States Championship at the same time. Both men now inside the ring. Glee goes for a lariat, but Hiro Katsuyori lights him up with his own. Katsuyori specializing in those suplexes and lariats. Glee fires back again. Kick in the midsection a second time. Glee with a DDT. And there's more shenanigans from the Maniacal and freezing in place. I would not screw around, and that's why. I would not screw around time with Hiro Katsuyori. Both these guys have been very, very close in their offense tonight, and this match could go either way. Now is not the time for the Maniacal Glee to pull the crap that he pulls in the past, but we know, if anything, Glee is very unorthodox. What is this, Glee? Northern Lights suplex. What the hell? Glee holding on a second time into a spinning brainbuster. Oh my good Lord, that was amazing. Somebody taught Glee some new stuff, and a kick out again. Someone on our admin team hit the like button. Thank you guys for that. Whichever one of you is finally away from the desk doing some fun. Glee now throwing the through, and a sliding Enziguri connects by the Maniacal Glee. That's it. Glee pulls off the victory. pinning. There go Katsuyori. Here was that earlier suplex. Katsuyori leveling. Glean taking him right off his feet. But a back and forth match between these two. And Glee walks away with the victory. A lot of folks still underestimate the Maniacal One, folks. They do not take him seriously, and with good reason. Most times he's acting like a complete jackass inside the ring. But look at this, folks. From the Northern Light suplex, boom, into a spinning DDT. You see Katsuyori instantly grab his head. But Glee pulls off the victory tonight on XFW Saturday Night Showdown. The Maniacal One victorious tonight on XFW Saturday Night Showdown, folks, in a hard-fought battle with Hiro Katsuyori. Now, Katsuyori himself has been here for a number of months here in XFW with us, but has been having speed bumps here out through XFW. And as of late, Katsuyori has had a number of victories. This is actually Katsuyori's first loss in a number of weeks, other than the triple threat match last week. Now, we understand that during that match, Katsuyori was in Ultimo Shade, won a triple threat match, and he will now face Sean 2.0 Owens at XFW Mat Mania on August 29th for the United States Championship. Now, last night on the XFW Danger Zone, Mason Storm caused Sean Owens to tap out in the middle of the ring. Now, Josh the Coach Clemens is safe. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing again. And there once again is Kitty Lane showing you what is best in life. Excuse me. Anyway, where was I? Ultimo Shade, Mason Storm. Ultimo Shade was guaranteed a shot at Sean Owens at XFW Mat Mania. But now, Mason Storm is claiming he's the number one contender since he tapped out the United States Champion last night in XFW Danger Zone. This is causing a little bit of controversy with the Championship Committee, as then we have two guys vying to be the number one contender. Both men do have a legitimate complaint or a legitimate point about that. So we're waiting to see what the Championship Committee does. If they're going to grant the match promised by Ultimo Shade, or to Ultimo Shade, winning triple threat, or is Mason Storm going to officially be the number one contender and challenge Sean Owens at XFW Mat Mania? Or will it be turned into a triple threat match? Quite frankly, folks, that's the way I think it should go. It should be a triple threat match, but Ultimo Shade wants a one-on-one competition. He thinks he should challenge Sean Owens. He doesn't want Mason Storm involved in the match. We'll have more on that as it unfolds, but right now we're going to head down to ringside. Women take the center stage next, XFW Saturday Night Showdown. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the former women's champion, Tammy Rose. Whoa, 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 Zinda Fry. Zinda Fry is who she's taking on tonight. Zinda Fry is charging out the ringway and catches Tammy Rose with a drop kick. Zinda Fry taking the early charge. I had heard backstage these two had words and got in each other's faces, and it looks like it got a little bit under the skin of Zinda Fry as she's now out here attacking Tammy Rose before this match had begun. We still have not yet had an official bell ring. Tammy Rose still wearing her robe on the way out here. There's the bell. Mike Couture calling for it. Zinda Fry now with a fireman's carry takeover. Tammy Rose, the former XFW Women's Champion. Rose is very prominent inside the ring. However, she defended the title the least out of all our XFW Women's Champions. She only defended it when absolutely, positively had to. And that plan for her was to hold on to the title as long as she could by simply not defending it. Irish whip now by Tammy Rose. Nice leapfrog into a Luthez press. And now blasting Fry's head off the canvas repeatedly. And now calling Fry a loser is Tammy Rose. We know Rose has a bit of an ego here in XFW. She looks down on a lot of the other wrestlers. Tammy Rose calling herself the bombshell from the UK. Zinda Fry, one of the few high-flying women we have here in XFW, takes to the air and does so aggressively. But right now, Tammy Rose is starting to dominate the newcomer. I think Zinda Fry made a serious mistake in attacking Tammy Rose before the match. I think she only lit a fire under Tammy Rose that was normally already there. She just sparked it a little bit more. Fry with a nice counter and a shot to the arm. But Rose right back in her face. Tammy Rose is one of the most dominant women's competitors we have here in XFW. There's a reason she's a former champion. Jayden Sakamoto won an unprecedented winning streak here in XFW, and Rose was the only woman that could stand in her way. 2 back-to-back victories against Jayden Sakamoto, and one of those was for the XFW Women's Championship. Zinda Fry now rolling to the outside, trying to recover a little bit. Both women now back inside the ring, squaring off. Rose now look like she's sizing up Fry and catches her again with a shot. And now again over the back. And the boots down to the face of Fry. And a hand slap. Why does everyone do this? Why does everyone go for that? It has a tendency to wake up your opponent. But right now, Tammy Rose continuing the brutality. 2 shots in the midsection. And a spring, back handspring. Driving those knees into the midsection of Zinda Fry. Tammy Rose almost stealing one away already. Fry has had very little offense so far in this contest. Getting the early attack. Oh, forearm blocked by Fry. Fry now has an opportunity. Lands it with a power bomb, driving Rose down into the canvas. Fry now starting a little fire under her ass. She needs to pull this back if she has any hopes of winning tonight. Tammy Rose turning things around again. Zinda Fry knew that XFW is still showing the experience or lack thereof as Tammy Rose now goes to the top rope. We don't see this often from Tammy Rose. Zinda Fry on all fours. I don't think she realizes where Rose is, and she catches her right across the top of the back of the neck with that elbow. We've got a cover. Wow. Rose pulls off the victory almost effortlessly. Like I said, I think Zinda Fry sparked the anger of Tammy Rose early on, attacking her before the match. Very uncharacteristic of Zinda Fry. She's usually straightforward on in the ring, but again, I know Rose fired some insults to the rookie backstage. But that might have been par for the course. She might have set that up again just to get that response out of Fry and play the mind games. Whatever it is, folks, Tammy Rose walking with the victory tonight on XFW Danger Zone. I'm sorry, Saturday Night Showdown. I'm already thinking about next week. Tammy Rose with a quick victory there over Zinda Fry, the newcomer to XFW. Fry's had a number of solid matches here so far since joining the Federation, but Tammy Rose is one of the original 16 here in XFW when we open up the women's division and has dominated almost every opponent she's been in the ring with. Fry is outstanding, but she is not to the level of Tammy Rose. And to attack Tammy Rose early on, now I can understand where Fry is coming from. That's one of Tammy Rose's playbooks. She likes to do that. She likes to attack her opponents before things get started. And again, I said in the backstage earlier today, I saw the two having words, if you will, and they were not pleasant. And it turned into a full, the people had to separate them. I'm sure Rose was trying to get under the skin. I know I heard the word rookie. I know I heard the word green. A lot of backstage insults flying from Tammy Rose into Fry, and it seems like it did have an effect. And it definitely had an effect on the outcome of that contest. Tammy Rose using that anger, playing up on the emotions, and then dominating Fry inside the ring. Well, up next, folks, tag team action coming your way. The XFW Tag Team Champions, center stage, ready to go toe-to-toe with the former Tag Team Champions, 24K. Now, the tag team division has been a buzz lately. The tag team championships have been changing hands. A lot of new blood in the XFW tag team division. And the matches continue to get hotter and more just outstanding week in and week out. Now, this is the first time Center Stage has ever held the tag team gold here in XFW, folks. They are on cloud 9. From what I understand, they're also trying to put together a new record to release due to the success of their tag team competition as of late. Now 24K and Center Stage, both fan favorites here in XFW. Both teams very popular. And I know 24K is looking to get back to the top of the charts here in XFW. So this match could go a long way in getting JT Wells and Taylor Briggs back up to the top of the division where they look to be. But there's a lot of tag teams right now in XFW, folks. A lot of them vying for that number one spot. And you can only have one team at the top. And right now, that is Center Stage. Let's head to the ring. Tag team action next. XFW Saturday Night Showdown.
The following contest is
And here comes the XFW Tag Team Champions.
on the way to the ring at a combined weight of 452 pounds. The
XFW Tag Team Champions, Center Stage. These two high energy guys, folks, always claiming that Monster Energy Drink is their absolute favorite thing. I'm pretty sure they have it intravenously injected into themselves. And now they've only been that much more excited since winning the Tag Team Championships. But tonight they will have their hands full when they go against the next team ready to come out. Ladies and gentlemen, 24K.
at a combined weight of 440 pounds.
JT Wells and Taylor Briggs, lifelong friends and longtime champions. Ryan Fina, thank you for liking the stream. Dirk Webb with a little inside information. Center Stage has a new single called The Title Shot Straight Through My Heart. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about Center Stage's albums. I have not heard a single song yet from Center Stage. Not one. They claim to be chartbusters, folks. Top 10 and top 40. The only thing I do know is they are outstanding inside the ring. We are glad to have them here in XFW. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing again. Here we go, folks. JC starting things off with JT Wells. Wells cutting him off into a Samoan drop. JC starting things off with some fisticuffs. JT Wells cutting that short. Wells now with a solid right hand to JC right underneath the eye. And now right on top of the head. Wells landing in some solid shots early on. Some folks look at those small jabs and right hands and don't think they're as devastating as a pile driver, folks, but every move in professional wrestling has its purpose. Those quick shots to the face, underneath the eye, on top of the head, are set to clean your opponent's clock, get them off their guard, rattle them a little bit, get them off their game. Shots to the nose and under the eyes can cause your opponent's eyes to water, set off their equilibrium, slow them down just enough to land up a heavier shot in the next wave. There's a shot to the midsection there, as they talk about causing the wind to leave your opponent. A lot of wrestlers condition themselves to absorb these kind of blows, much like boxers and martial artists. JT Wells now in control, Chris B down. Tag in comes Big Taylor Briggs, the powerhouse. Easily the biggest man of both of these teams. And there's a big boot right to the face of Chris B. There's nothing small about that, folks. That is brutality in its best. Taylor Briggs, a former right tackle in the NFL. Turned to professional wrestling for him and his friend JT Wells to live their dream. The two have been in Brooklyn since childhood. Hurricane Rana now from Chris B. Briggs went on to the NFL. JT Wells stayed back at home and became a bouncer at a number of prominent nightclubs in New York until this offer came up for professional wrestling. The two have been inseparable as a tag team since. Nice enziguri there from JC. Jay now landing in some shots. And a neck breaker, dropping Big Taylor Briggs down on the back of his knee. But a counter again in the turnbuckle. And again, Big Taylor Briggs putting the boots to JC. And drops him on the back of his head. Briggs again showing off that power. And now clubbing shots over the top of one half of the tag team champions. JC fired back with a nice solid right hand. And again back in the turnbuckle. And a tag in comes Chris B. Chris Fair, thank you for liking the stream. And double boots land hard impact. Snapmare now, and a shot right on top of the head. Center stage looking to take it away. Thank you for liking the stream. I'm going to call you Captain Question Mark because I don't know what that says. JC now with a block, and again the right hand's of Taylor Briggs. You see Briggs' head going into the red and the Yamamoto Bluetooth device. TKWA, thank you for liking the stream. And a shot to head again. They come, goes for the springboard through the ropes for the drop kick, but Big Taylor Briggs dodged out of the way. And an electric chair drop from Briggs. Chris Fair, thank you for sharing. Collar and elbow tie up. JC with the push away. Big right hand now. JC now landing in the combination. A little bit of jive and juke. And a big right hand to boot. Chris Fair, thank you for sharing again. Shot now again to the back of the head. JC and Chris B using a little bit more tag team cooperation than 24K has. Eric Zant, thank you for liking the stream. Taylor Briggs now. We've seen this in the past. Here it comes, folks. Boom! Running body tackle in the corner by Taylor Briggs. That'll take all the wind out of your sails. We've got a cover. Just about a 2 count, but JC gets the shoulder up. Briggs known for delivering that brutal body tackle. JC swinging wild with a haymaker, but coming up empty. TKWA, thank you for sending stars. And now everyone gets to see a little bit of dance moves from... I walk by the stars and center stage gets rocked by Pure Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, got a cover. Almost 3. Crispy there to save his partner. That was almost a fairy tale ending for center stage as 24K almost knocked him off the top of the charts. Wells wisely rolling to the outside. JC over to tag. Here comes Chris B. B flying through the air with a forearm to the head of JT Wells. Up and over. Wells with a nice over the back. And an STO takedown. Wells now back in control. Chris B now with a slide over the back. Up and over. Into a DDT. Plants Wells down to the canvas hard. B now on the top rope. Elbow drop countered again. JT Wells saw that coming. Playing a little bit of possum as he was. Back into the corner we go. Tag again. 24K making use of the quick tags. A little bit of double team action there. Holy hell. What a big boot. Landed to Chris B. Again the scoop slam. But a counter again by Chris. Toward center stage getting a little cocky. We've seen this before from both these young men. I would not screw around when your opponents tonight are 24K. Did you hear that clap? What a shot to the head of Taylor Briggs. Into the corner we go. Tag again. In comes JC. Ladies and gentlemen. Pure platinum hits. We've got a cover. Center stage. Center stage. Center stage. Pulls off the victory. Rick over on Twitch, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us over on the Twitch platform. Here's the big body tackle by Taylor Briggs into the corner. But center stage able to outmaneuver the former champions and continue their current domination of the tag team division. And I will say this, they almost didn't win it, as right there, Pure Gold landed by 24K. But center stage landing platinum hits and get the pinfall victory tonight on Saturday Night Showdown. Outstanding match. Center stage has a lot to celebrate, folks. They are on a roll here in the XFW Tag Team Division. It is outstanding to see these young two men finally get their just desserts here in XFW. They're on the top of the charts, much like they claim to be in the world of music, folks. I have not seen that myself. It's interesting to see. I will say the tip jar is starting to fill up. Thank you guys for the likes, the shares, and the stars that have been sent our way here in XFW. Now, again, there are multiple ways to watch XFW. You can check us out on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitch, or you can see us on bloodsword6.com, or right here on Facebook under XFW Extreme Fantasy Wrestling. Now, folks, we did get shut down on Facebook a while ago. We're not exactly sure what happened. We weren't told. Facebook does not like to divulge that information. So we're trying to play as nice as we possibly can to keep bringing you all the XFW action you can handle. But I will recommend heading over to Twitch or YouTube as well to follow us on those platforms in case the unthinkable happens and they once again erase us from Facebook. We hope not. We enjoy the camaraderie that we have in our Facebook family here, as well as Twitch and YouTube. We don't want to leave those guys out, or those who watch us on bloodsword6.com. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank our friends over at TKWA for their help as they volunteered to help themselves out, our sister company, who have also, folks, down the road, we are actually looking at possibly a co-run event, TKWA versus XFW. Now, we've seen a bunch of TKWA stars show up here in XFW, and some of XFW stars have shown up in TKWA. And Showtime Shane Black is currently the TKWA World Heavyweight Champion and was victorious today on TKWA Hellbound 8. So way to go, Showtime Shane Black. Glad to see you're still dominating over there as well. But soon we hope to have Showtime back in the folds here at XFW. And we do know Black will be in action on XFW's Matt Mania on August 29th, where all three members of Evolution will team up with Bad Boy Marshall Sweet and take on XFW's The Entourage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head down to ringside. Women's action again next on Saturday Night Showdown. Mary Barrett, thank you for joining us. I see you waving, and welcome to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Sophia Loring.
To the ring from Grenoble, France, Sophia Loring.
Sophia Loring, well known for her clothing line in France and her designs now here at XFW. One thing I want to find out, folks, this young lady has some outstanding martial arts background. I'm not sure where it came from. But every time I see her in the ring, I'm absolutely blown away by her offense. And it is outstanding. But tonight she will have her hands full as she takes on a former women's champion. The fiery redhead, the girl next door. Ladies and gentlemen, Kari Foster.
And from Huntsville, Alabama, adorable Kari Foster.
Kari Foster, the former women's champion here at XFW. Ladies and gentlemen, she might be cute. Don't be fooled by those pigtails and those big batting eyes. This young lady has a temper like no other. Marshall Foster, thank you again for sharing. I do love that gift. But Foster has one hell of an anger issue. We've seen it a number of times. And as of late, she's had a lot of issues with Kitty Lane saying Kitty Lane has stolen her spotlight. We've had a lot of new entrants here in the XFW in the women's category. And I think Kari Foster does not like to share the spotlight. She does not like to show. Oh my God! Sophia Laurie just tossing the girl next door almost to the next building. What a way to kick off a match for Sophia Laurie. And again, I talked about this earlier. The athletic ability of Sophia Laurie is absolutely outstanding. Clothesline now from Laurie. Lighting up Kari Foster. And again, a number of shots by Laurie. Foster back to her feet. A spear takes down Laurie just like that. Goes for a kick to the back with Laurie out of the way. Foster now with a couple elbows right to the face. Big time backdrop suplex now from Kari Foster. Up and over. Laurie holds on, but Foster sends her right down to the outside and now starts taunting as Sophia Laurie struggles to get back to her feet on the outside arena floor. Back in we go. Laurie again connects with a clothesline. Pulls her back up again. I think she's driving her around by those pigtails. They might prove to be a little bit more detrimental to Foster tonight than she planned on. Nice arm drag takeover by Foster, but again, another one. Fireman's carry by Sophia Laurie. Oh, and a shot to the face. Foster in a world of trouble. Irish whip now by Laurie. Up and down, face plants. Oh! And then a low cross body to the back of Foster. Sophia Laurie drop toe hold now. Look at this again. And now wrenching back on Foster. I've definitely got to get more information where Sophia Laurie got her training at, where she learned these fantastic in-ring offense. I am quickly becoming a fan of Sophia Laurie. Right hand again blocked. Into an armbar. Back into a hammerlock by now by Laurie. And a shot right to the face. And a spear again by the fiery redhead. This time the kick connects. Oh, good Lord. What a shot to the side of the head of Sophia Laurie by Kari Foster with that knee. There was nothing about that was technical, folks. That was just anger. But Sophia Laurie gets back to her feet and a roundhouse kick. And a second one. Foster with a shot by Laurie again. With those well-educated feet. High angle kick right to the face of Kari Foster. Foster back to her feet though. But Laurie right back into her face. Starting to dominate the former women's champion. Foster up and over again, slugging into the back. But back and forth we go, and again, up on the shoulder. Foster's got something planned. I'm sorry, Laurie does. Foster dumped right on the top turnbuckle. You see her collapse. She might be unconscious, folks. She might be unconscious. Sophia Laurie now planning out her next move. Looking down at Foster. Kick in the midsection. She's got her up. Oh my good Lord. What a brainbuster delivered by Sophia Laurie. Counter now again by Foster. Foster looks like she's starting to get a little desperate here. Up to the outside again. And another shot. And look at this, a springboard drop kick now from Sophia Laurie. Holy hell, this is outstanding. Laurie down the top rope. Oh, with two knees come up. Foster just got her out of the way. Big right hand now from Foster. Into the backstabber. Into the backstabber, we've got a cover. Sophia Laurie got the shoulder up just before Mike Turner came down with it. Foster now driving those knees into the middle of the back. Trying to soften up more for possibly trying another backstabber she likes to finish her opponents off with. Oh, nice spinning brainbuster. What a shot by Foster. Where the hell is she going? Foster underneath the ring. This is not an Extreme Rules match. What the hell is she doing? Mike Turner. What is he doing? He's had enough. He just... Wow. Mike Atura taking that away. It's Foster catching him with a shot. Mike Atura taking the chair away and shoving Foster. Foster on the clothesline. I have never seen Mike Atura get that involved in a match before. Quite frankly, he may have overstepped his bounds a little bit. But I heard him say to Foster 3 times, put the chair down. Foster ignoring all of everything he said. Shot to the midsection again. Back into the corner. Kick to the face again. Drop kick missed. Sophia Lory came close. Right hand blocked. Back and forth action we go here at XFW tonight, folks. Up in a suplex. Again, down goes Foster. Foster moving a little bit of sluggish. Going right back to the outside. Are you come on! Seriously again? Foster again with another chair. And Mike Atura again just taking it away and yelling at Foster a second time. Oh, and again a takedown. Mike Atura looks like he's had it up to his eyebrows with the antics of Kari Foster tonight. Her temper getting the better of her. Suplex now from Foster, bringing her in the hard way. Foster now ripping off that top turnbuckle. Foster looking for any advantage she can get in this match. And a counter. Oh, and a spear now delivered by Lory. Did you see that impact? Look at this, folks. Brutal spear by Sophia Lory. Look at this impact. Boom. What a shot. And Foster rolls to the outside. Sophia Lory in pursuit. Oh, wow. What a bicycle kick to the face by Kari Foster. Catching Lory off guard. Look at that, folks. Wow, that was devastating. That was devastating. Foster now face slams Sophia Lory on top of that chair on the outside. Mike Atura did not see that. Sophia Lory's face coming crashing down. And now a knee drop from Foster. Foster using everything in her arsenal tonight. And now Lory sent in that exposed steel turnbuckle. You see her writhing in pain. We've got to cover. Somehow deep down in Sophia Lory hanging on by a thread, but manages to get the shoulder up. But Foster comes back again with a knee shot. And again the backbreaker. And now stretching out Sophia Lory right across her knee. More damage to the back of Sophia Lory. And a flying forearm connects. Foster now, oh, a little bit of twerking from Kari Foster into a standing moonsault. Foster now giving it just as good as she gets. Foster goes again with a backstabber, but Lory counters through. Foster's got her up again. Standing suplex. Foster trying everything she can under the sun to put away Sophia Lory, but Lory, so much fight and drive in this young lady, she will not stay down. Foster now in the turnbuckle, setting Lory up on the top seat there. Foster now up there with her. Arm drag takes her down almost all the way across the ring, and now Foster whipping those pigtails around. And Foster now, the anger level coming out. You see just the stomps, the repeated shots of Kari Foster. Lory firing right back, refusing to stay down. Foster again takes her down. Big right hand again countered by Lory. But Foster again sweeping the legs out. Lory laid out prone. Foster making a slow climb, it looks like, to the top rope. Barely moving. Both these ladies absolutely exhausted. Foster with a big-time splash on the top rope. Holy hell. But a kick out again by Sophia Lory. Both these ladies look absolutely exhausted. Foster looks beside herself with grief as she cannot put this woman down. Oh, now this brute banging her head off the canvas. Foster again. That is not girl next door quality stuff right there, folks. That is just Foster and the insult to injury. Foster now berating verbally on Sophia Lory. And again, the right hand. That stabber again delivered by Foster. We've got a cover. Foster gets the victory. What a phenomenal battle back and forth, folks. That was outstanding. Wow. Ronnie Bagwell's become a fan. Ronnie, thank you for joining us here at XFW. We hope you enjoy the show. We hope you'll come back.
Here is your winner.
What a battle, folks. What an outstanding back and forth. What a match between those two young ladies, folks. Kari Foster, again, you see the level of frustration building as Sophia Lory kept kicking out repeatedly. But Sophia Lory, still relatively new here at XFW, is outstanding inside the ring. And again, I'm not sure, other than her fashion profession, her background, whatever it was, folks, in martial arts, but she is absolutely outstanding. The counters, some of the offensive movers she has, folks, it's great, and I'm really starting to like Sophia Lory. Kari Foster, one of the original XFW women here, a former women's champion, and she is an outstanding wrestler. But you see tonight, folks, over the course of the past few months, Kari Foster is becoming a little bit more, each and every time you see her, a little bit more unraveled, a little bit more unhinged. I talk about her temper and her rage a lot, but it seems to be hitting a new level here in XFW. And it all seemed to be stemmed around when Kitty Lane first took place in XFW. Kitty Lane, the former exotic dancer turned professional wrestler, folks, has really garnered a lot of attention here since coming into XFW. And before that, a lot of that attention was centered on Kari Foster. So I don't think she wants to share the spotlight. She seems to be a little bit jealous of Kitty Lane. I'm actually going to watch what I say next, because I don't want Foster coming through the stage here and coming into the booth here and attacking me. So does everyone make sure the door is locked? It is. Thank you. That's the last thing I need, is to get embarrassed on TV by a woman coming through the door and absolutely kicking my ass, because I can guarantee you Kari Foster would light me up 7 ways from Sunday, folks. I respect all the wrestlers in XFW. I could not do what they do, but I don't want Foster coming in here. She's mean. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head down to ringside. A match coming your way next. Ultimo Shade going one-on-one with Josh the Coach Clements. Next on Saturday Night Showdown. This next match, folks, is very interesting on how this match came to be. Ultimo Shade winning a triple threat match and getting an opportunity to face Sean Owens for the United States Championship at XFW Mat Mania. But last night on XFW Danger Zone, Mason Storm, the student of Josh the Coach Clemens, beating Owens in the center of the ring via submission, is now claiming he should be taking on Sean Owens for the United States Championships at Mat Mania. Owen Bush, thank you for liking the stream. So now, Josh the Coach Clemens challenging Ultimo Shade to one-on-one competition tonight on Saturday Night Showdown to say that Mason Storm is supposed to get this shot. Now I'm sure you can understand that Ultimo Shade does not want to give up that opportunity. Vishwa, thank you for becoming a fan. Thank you for joining us.
Shade, representing the industry from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Dirk Webb with some comments in our chat room.
Josh
Had an earlier
Clemens.
conversation with Josh Clemens. Ultimo Shade, or whatever you call yourself, he's obviously no love for Ultimo Shade. Those are some strong words by Josh Clemens calling Ultimo Shade a clown. Owen Bush, thank you. Owen Bushy, thank you for sharing. Ultimo Shade has been long chasing down the United States Championship and does not want to give the opportunity. But literally, folks, both these men have a solid claim to a match against Sean Owens at XFW Mat Mania. Ultimo Shade now putting in those boots, and it was the well-educated feet of Ultimo Shade. Owen Bushy, thank you again for sharing. Clemens and the rest of the industry, Mason Storm, proponents of the old school style of wrestling, the Greco-Roman style, the true technical side. They say it's the purest form of professional wrestling. Ultimo Shade much more into the strong style competition. A lot of kicks, strikes, elbows, and flashy maneuvers. Clemens says those are ruining professional wrestling. People don't appreciate a technical wrestler anymore because of the flash. Nice dodge there by Clemens as Ultimo Shade looked to put one boot down on him, but Shade now up and over. Beautiful arm drag. I kind of half agree with Clemens, but at the same time, folks, those kind of maneuvers that Ultimo Shade just pulled off, just putting a little bit more flash on a basic arm drag, make wrestling even better than it was several decades ago. Rick hosting on Twitch, thank you very much for hosting us on the Twitch platform. Nice turnaround again by Ultimo Shade with a drop toe hold. Claw double tie up. Clemens showing he's stronger than two. Now Clemens with his own drop toe hold. Nice move by the coach. Clemens, a former tag team champion and former XFW World Heavyweight Champion. Now looking to get his protege, Mason Storm, an opportunity. Rick Fletcher, thank you for liking the stream. Big right hand by the coach. There's nothing technical about that, folks. That's just old school brawling. But Ultimo Shade still getting the shoulder up. Rick Fletcher, thank you for sharing again. Ultimo Shade now in control. Goes for a kick, but the Clemens counters, and a kick of his own right in the thigh. And now a swinging neck breaker by the coach. We've got a cover leg, is hooked. Like a turn, only with a one count before Shade again gets the shoulder up. Right hand again. Ultimo Shade dodging out of the way again, but coach continues to put on the fists and the boots. Oh, and then the back right. There's nothing technical about that, coach. Clemens and Storm always claiming they're the true technical wrestlers. So more often than not, we see these guys using underhanded tactics, and quite frankly, folks, they cheat a lot. Rick Fletcher, thank you again for sharing. Clemens now stalking Ultimo Shade. Gets right behind him, up. Into an atomic drop. That'll rack your spine, folks. Rick Fletcher, an absolute sharing spree. Thank you for that. Shot to the face by Ultimo Shade. Shade up in the air, a jumping knee strike right between the eyes of Clemens. You see him holding on to his nose. Giovanni, thank you for watching XFW with your father, Rick. Thank both you guys for tuning in. We hope you're enjoying the show. As Clemens now lighting up. Ultimo Shade with a number of shots. Shade rolling to the outside. Clemens himself now rolling to the outside, having words with Mason Storm. Both men staying there. Here comes the coach, and he levels Ultimo Shade with a clothesline on the outside. And now into the steel ring post. Ultimo Shade now at the feet of Mason Storm, the man who's trying to take away that #1 contendership spot for the championship. The kick by Shade, but Clemens again countering through. And again, Shade fires right back with that roundhouse kick again, cutting the coach off. Ultimo Shade setting the coach up. Shade now building a full head of steam. 619 connects. The coach at halfway across the ring. Oh, coach with an all right hand. And a sleeper driver. Takes down Ultimo Shade. We're going to cover again. Only a 2 count. So close. Clemens looks a little upset by that. Clemens with just a stomp to the side of the head. Systematically trying to slow down Clemens from Shade. Nice drop kick there by the coach. Now a counter again. Ultimo Shade into an exploder. Takes the coach over, and Clemens rolls underneath the ropes, trying to save himself some of the pain that's been brought on by Ultimo Shade. Big right hand now by Shade. Shade on the outside. Oh. The coach gets dumped on the hardest part of the ring. And now look at this. Owens, Mason Storm getting right in the face of Ultimo Shade. This is what he talked about, folks. Mason Storm giving the coach a little bit of time there, and the coach now able to recover. Thrown right back inside. Ultimo Shade wise to it, counters through. And a German suplex connects. And again, the coach rolling to the outside. Again, the right hand. Shade gonna go for it again. And a second time the coach leveled, drop on the hardest part of the ring. Coach again tossing Shade back inside. And again over with Shade. You see Mason Storm again giving some tutelage to his teacher. Some advice. And he dumps Shade down on the outside. And again, Storm right in Shade's face. He's now got his hands on Shade. Unnecessary. And again, keeping Shade occupied. The referee count continues. The numbers game is coming to effect, and Shade stomps the coach. Shade saw it coming and is not ready to play the games. Shade to Black missed. Shade missed his shot. Not sure what happened there. Big right hand countered again. Enziguri connects. The coach getting back to his feet, and that's a clothesline. Shade to Black. I'm not sure if the coach just kind of staggered out of the way, but Shade had it lined up. I've never seen that miss by Ultimo Shade before, folks. Uh-oh. The coach lands the pile driver and connects. You see Mason Storm on the outside, cheering on his teacher. Shot to the midsection now by Coach. Coach with the Irish whip. Big right hand again. The coach locks in the sleeper. The coach locks in the sleeper, but Shane instantly counters out. That's the move that the coach won the XFW World Heavyweight Championship with. Knocked out Showtime Shane Black. Shade again with the exploder. And now Shade, sensing he has this all wrapped up. Clemens on the outside of the ring again. Dodging to the outside. The coach sent into the barricade. And the coach fires back with the right hand. Mason Storm again getting right in the face of Ultimo Shade. Big right hand again from the coach. He's got it locked on again. The coach has it locked on again. The coach with the sleeper hold. Again locked on Ultimo Shade. Can Shade hold on? Can Shade manage to shake out a second time? Shade's out. Shade's out. Holy hell. Shade is out. Clemens with the sleeper hold just took out Ultimo Shade. There was the sleeper driver earlier on in this contest, but Mason Storm several times interjecting himself into the match, causing distractions to Ultimo Shade. What a turnout, but here I hear the coach with that brutal pile driver. Crushing the spine. Josh, the coach, Clemens, knocks off Ultimo Shade. What will this mean for the championship title match Ultimo Shade is supposed to have? what a phenomenal match between those two folks. But again, Mason Storm putting himself inside the match repeatedly, distracting Ultimo Shade, obviously had an impact on that outcome that I'm sure Ultimo Shade will not be happy about what has transpired here tonight, folks. That is not going to be... It's confusing, folks. Again, we're talking a lot about this situation. Ultimo Shade won himself an opportunity in a triple threat match to face Sean Owens at XFW Mat Mania. And then for Owens, the unthinkable happened last night in XFW Danger Zone, where Mason Storm submitted Owens in the middle of the ring. And then Owens, who is supposed to take on Ultimo Shade, defend the United States Championship, now is looking at multiple opponents. But now Mason Storm says he should be fighting Sean Owens one-on-one, when Ultimo Shade says he should be fighting Sean Owens one-on-one. Owens has two potential opponents at XFW Mat Mania. And now Clemens throwing himself into the mix, attacking Ultimo Shade backstage, verbally demanding a match, which led to this, and now Ultimo Shade loses to Josh the Coach Clemens, folks. This is a very convoluted situation. I am happy I am not in the championship committee seat trying to wade through all this to find out what is going on and what's going to happen. Sean Owens, on the other hand, is waiting to find out who he's going to prep for. Is he going to go against the strong style attacker that is Ultimo Shade, or is he going to face the more technically sound Mason Storm at Mat Mania? Folks, I do not envy anyone in this position, even Mason Storm, folks. He does legitimately have a claim to face Sean Owens at Mat Mania. But Ultimo Shade himself has that claim. The only clear issue for me is to make it a triple threat match, but Owens and Shade, nobody wants a triple threat match. All three competitors want one-on-one. Owens just wants to know who he's competing against. And meanwhile, Shade and Storm both want a one-on-one match. Folks, this is insane here at XFW. What's going on? We're heading down the ringside. Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament continues. Now, folks, I talked a little bit about this earlier. And here come two of XFW's most prominent women. The Gladiators making their way out to the ring. Wow, the crowd not happy about that. Alexia Fonseca and her partner Rossi making their way out. These two women looking to become the first ever XFW Tag Team Champions. And tonight, folks, we have a late entry into this championship tournament. I'm getting a little bit more information now as it rolls in. From what I understand, this tag team literally just showed up in XFW today. Rick Fletcher, thank you for that. You tell Giovanni we said thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in. All right, folks, I want to understand this. Well, this is the team for what I'm getting here, ladies and gentlemen, the Syndicate.
The Syndicate.
From what I understand, these are two female Japanese wrestlers, and they are a tag team out of Japan. But I'm trying to figure out how these two got an entry so late into this women's championship tournament, but it seems one of these ladies has an uncle or cousin or some kind of relative in a Japanese consulate that I guess donated a lot of money to somebody else, and got themselves entered into this championship tournament. But this is the first time we're ever getting a look at the Syndicate. Alexia Fon, there's definitely some interesting outfits. Akira Shang and Yuri Tanaka. It looks like Akira's going to start things off here with Alexa Fonseca. We've got a collar double tie-up. Akira taking the lead with a headlock and two elbows right to the back of the head. Now an overhand wrist lock, but Fonseca with a counter and a hammerlock. And back into a headlock, wrapping around. Fonseca, very well known here in XFW. Akira with the Irish whip now. Swinging the right hand, but Fonseca holds on to the top rope. Calling will tie up again. Shang again to the side headlock. But now Fonseca with the Irish whip. Did not see the blind tag into Tanaka Yuri. And here come, wow! What a drop kick by Yuri, right to the side of the head. Up and down. Yuri Tanaka now one-on-one in the ring, and again that brutal Enziguri just leveling Alexia Fonseca. What a shot to the head. Fonseca now countering through as this new tag team on the scene, trying to steal an early victory in the XFW Women's Tag Team Championship Division. And again, the Enziguri, those quick kicks from Yuri Tanaka, delivered to Alexia Fonseca. Sonia Rossi on the side watching on. Tag, in comes Akira Shang again. Double team maneuver coming up. Ew! Nice teamwork by the Syndicate. A diving tag by Fonseca. In comes Sonia Rossi. Rossi with a drop kick, but Akira dodging out of the way. Irish whip now by Rossi. Rossi, nice arm drag. Deep in by Sonia Rossi, taking down Shang. Rossi now with an exploder. Takes Akira over the top of her head. And a drop kick right to the back of the neck. Rossi now starting to build momentum, trying to take charge in this contest. Alexia Fonseca just getting back to her feet as Shang gets taken over with a suplex. Big right hand out by Rossi as she lays into the newcomers here in XFW. Shang again with a takeover. Fireman's carry delivered. Irish whip back in the turnbuckle. Tag again comes in Yuri Tanaka. Double team maneuver again. And again the high-low kick delivered by the Syndicate. I'm starting to wonder if the Syndicate has any underlining tones or why the team is named such. Look at Akira Shang now with the blind tag. Rossi throwing her into the wrong turnbuckle there. Spinning kick missed. Rossi dodging out of the way. Leads him with an Irish whip. Now that move countered now by Akira. But Rossi delivers a knee to the midsection. And a crucifix slam drives her down. And the Shang rolls underneath the ring. Rossi right out behind her. And delivers a shot to the back of the head. Shang again with a kick. So far the Syndicate holding their own against the Goddesses. Oh, dear Lord. What a shot on the back of the head of Sonia Rossi by Akira Shang. Tag again, and comes Yuri Tanaka. So far the Syndicate doing very well against, look at this, up and over! Tilt-a-whirl DDT delivered by Yuri Tanaka. Outstanding high-flying capabilities shown now by the Syndicate. What is this? Goes for look like a choke slam, but Rossi countering through. Rossi now with her own DDT. Rossi now in control. Followed by a clothesline. Tag, in comes Alexia Fonseca. Yuri barely moving after that shot to the head. But counter might have been playing possum. And again the DDT. This time to lands to Fonseca. Fonseca smacks her on the hands and lands an uppercut. An elbow now by Yuri. And Fonseca again with a wild swing over the top of the head. Back and forth action between these two teams. And a chop directed right to the chest of Alexia Fonseca. Big chop again and a sweep kick into a senton. Amazing combination there by Yuri Tanaka. We've got a cover. Sonia Rossi in to break up the count. That was an outstanding display of offense by Yuri Tanaka. Into the corner we go. And again the Enziguri by Tanaka connects. The Syndicate looking pretty damn good tonight, folks, for newcomers here. Fonseca rolling to the outside. And Fonseca now connects with a shot. And another one. She gets caught by Shang and delivered a beautiful Uranagi. Over amazing athletic ability by Yuri Tanaka. But a counter again in the turnbuckle. And again Shang tags herself in and now starts to go on the offensive again. The Syndicate working very well together, folks. Oh, what a suplex. Oh, goes to the springboard, nobody home. The Syndicate looking very good tonight. Catching the Goddesses off guard. Alexia Fonseca now Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Home territory for the Goddesses. Shang turning things around. Shang now. Ooh, brutal kicks. Shang up and over. Unbelievable. Shang with an outstanding attack. Flying arm drag from the top rope. Delivered. Kick to the midsection now. A second one. Shang now will repeated shot to the big time. Shot to the head. Shang now in control. Alexia Fonseca in a world of hurt. Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Countered by Alexia Fonseca. Irish whip. A counter again by Akira Shang. So quick to turn things around. Dropkick lands. Shang now in control again. Alexia Fonseca reeling. Clothesline. Second. Time count. Oh! Lands it in again. Fonseca again with the counter. Shang just keeps leveling them in. But Fonseca fires right back. What a battle between these two women, folks. And again, this is for the XFW Women's Championship Division. The winner of this match will continue on to face the next team in hopes of becoming XFW Tag Team, Women's Tag Team Champions. Arship countered. Counter again by Akira Shang. And a shot to the head. Irish whip again. Shang now in trouble. Turns things around in the corner. Shang now with kicks again. Up! And again the outstanding high-flying ability of Akira Shang takes Sonya Rossi across the ring. Into the turnbuckle now. Turnaround after turnaround by these two teams. The Syndicate now in control again. And a third time that devastating whirlwind kick by the Syndicate, but a kick out again. Shot to the face now, but a counter again. Up and over goes Rossi, but she holds on to the top. Oh! Akira Shang takes her off the apron. And now Tanaka. Oh, powerbomb to the outside, delivered to Alexia Fonseca. The Syndicate splitting up their attacks on both members of the Goddesses. And a moonsault. Good Lord, the devastating impact of that by Tanaka. And then right back on the attack on Sonya Rossi. Into the turnbuckle. The Syndicate lighting up. What is this? Oh my God! Devastating offense. We've got a cover. Holy hell! The Syndicate knocks off the Goddesses tonight. The newcomers, from what I can gather, buying their way through political parties somehow in to this championship tournament and then catching the Goddesses by surprise. Look at that shot. We've seen that used before by the White Dragons. And now these two ninja-like women showing up in XFW and knocking off the Goddesses. Wow. Wow is right, ladies and gentlemen. I am not exactly sure where these two came from, folks, or who it was that pulled the strings to get them here in XFW. But I'll tell you what, that is one hell of a way to make a debut here in XFW in the Women's Championship Tournament. Now Vicious and Delicious and the Syndicate will advance towards XFW Mat Mania. I don't know where these young ladies came from, folks, but we're going to try to find out more about them as soon as we possibly can. And again, I know they came in, from what I understand, in very, very shady circumstances. Money was exchanged, again, because as far as I know, all the teams were lined up for this Women's Championship Tournament. I know some teams have yet to be unveiled. That is what the Championship Committee wants to do, to keep you guys on your toes, to keep you guys coming back for more, because we've talked a lot about the Women's Tag Team Division, and there's been a lot of uproar and a lot of excitement in the XFW community. So some of the teams have yet to debut. Some of them are already existing women who decided to get together and take their shot at the XFW Women's Tag Team Champions, as every woman in XFW wants to be involved. For the Syndicate to just show up and, again, grease the palms and somehow get themselves in. But, folks, what an impact made by those two young ladies today. Alexia Fonseca and Sonia Rossi are absolutely devastating in the ring. They're one of the most feared women's tag teams in our federation, and they just got upstaged by newcomers, the Syndicate. Now, folks, I'm going to try to get Dirk Webb on this as well. I kind of feel that there might be some underlying things here. Hopefully Yamamoto has nothing to do with this. And again, I know these two young ladies from Japan. It just seems, folks, there's some shady stuff going on. But let's head down to ringside, folks, for a pretty high-profile match as former members of the Alliance collide next on XFW Saturday Night Showdown. Nick Clark, thank you for sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, the most majestic mustache in all of professional wrestling,
making his way to the ring,
Lord
from
Biff
Blackpool,
Wellington.
England, weighing in at 263 pounds, gentlemen, the Strong Man.
Biff Wellington, former member of the trio known as the Alliance with Brian Blaze and Ramon Cruz. Last night we saw Ramon Cruz go head-to-head with the XFW World Heavyweight Champion, EZ Money, in what was a knockdown, drag-out battle. From what I understand, Ramon Cruz did suffer some injuries and may need a few weeks off to recover. And tonight, Biff Wellington goes one-on-one with his former leader, compatriot, Brian Blaze. Biff's merchandise is not yet in the merchandising store, folks. Hopefully we shall have that up before XFW Wrestle War. Ladies and gentlemen, the most hated man in all of professional wrestling, Brian Blaze, a former multi-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion. Look at the smug smile, the smirk on Blaze's face. You've got an arena full of people booing you, and he smiles about it. Dirk Webb obviously got a word in with Brian Blaze earlier tonight. He had nothing nice to say about the audience. Brian Blaze loves to piss off people, folks. He loves to get the audience angry. He loves to get under the skin of his opponent. Jerry Rogers says, choke on a rock, Blaze. Blaze is an absolutely outstanding in-ring competitor, folks. He is... A lot of respect and fear go to Brian Blaze's way with good reason. But the fans in the XFW universe do not like this, man. And tonight, these two used to be in the same group together. Blaze with the right hand, and Wellington fires right back. And Blaze swings again, and Wellington again lights him up. Brian Blaze put together the alliance after he won the XFW World Heavyweight Championship. Look at this, Wellington with a couple of shots, and again, shrugging off. Both these men have fantastic egos. Suplex now by Blaze. Now Blaze showing off a little bit. And again, Blaze put the alliance together, folks, and I still firmly believe that Blaze did it just to keep the championship around his waist. Blaze now inside the ring. Wellington on the outside, holding onto his chest after Blaze with that lariat send him up over the top, crashing to the arena floor. Here we go, back inside. Blaze immediately fires off with a scoop slam, and then Wellington with a nice shot to the midsection to counter out. Wellington now with a handful of hair of Blaze. Wellington now, all that pressure on the back, forcing Blaze's throat on that middle rope. That unforgiving steel cable. These two guys know each other fairly well after being on the road for a number of years together during their time as the Alliance. But quite frankly, folks, I think that bodes well more for Brian Blaze than it does Biff Wellington. Brian Blaze, much more a thinking attacker. Right now, turning things around and lighting up Wellington with a number of shots. Hard impact, and then the running knee lift. Blaze loves to get under the skin of his opponents, loves to get them on tilt, if you will, to make a mistake. Just like that, Brian Blaze will capitalize. And now taunting again, both the audience and Wellington. Irish whip by Blaze into the corner. Wellington with a nice turnaround. Wellington now with his own right hands connects right to the top of the head of Blaze. Ooh, and now the elbow right into the eye. Wellington, a former professional bare-knuckle boxer and strongman, once boxed a bear, folks. I thought that was just a hype story, but it was actually true. Biff Wellington fought a bear and won. Some kind of sideshow entertainment over the UK. I know they do things a little bit different over there. But folks, that is something I wish we had footage of. I'd love to see Wellington fight a bear. But right now he's fighting Brian Blaze, who connects with a knee right to the snout. And now Blaze with a handful of hair on Wellington. When you notice, folks, he does not mess up Wellington's hair when he grabs it because he uses Biff stuff. And that makes a shell around the head, but Blaze right back in Wellington's face and delivers a right hand. But Wellington fires right back immediately. Blaze now rolling to the outside, wisely avoiding the onslaught of Wellington. Blaze running back inside, almost cowardly-like. Wellington coming back in. And immediately tossing Blaze right back to the outside, and then you get a little hands on the hip. Wellington, the crowd getting behind Biff tonight. I cannot tell you the last time I heard the crowd cheer for Wellington, other than when he fought Josh the Coach Clemens. Thank you for becoming a fan. Sandadu, thank you for joining us here at XFW. Blaze with the spine buster connects. That's what he beat Pedro Ortiz Jr. with last night. Blaze now, nice stalling vertical suplex. Oh, then acts like he's kicking dirt on top of Wellington, signifying he's done with him. Like a dog in the park, but Wellington fires right back again, countering the Irish whip. But Blaze holds on to the top rope, and Wellington sends him to the outside again. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing. Wellington, just like that, getting back on top in this contest. Blaze back to his feet, sends Wellington into the barricade. And then into the steel post. Brian Blaze has had a number of high-profile rivalries here in XFW over the past few years with the Destroyer, John Mad Dog Rogers, just to name a few. and now recently the maniacal glee, and seeing it a little bit with Pedro Ortiz Jr. as Ortiz Jr. challenged Brian Blaze to a rematch last night, and Blaze using a steel chair to get one over on Pedro Ortiz Jr. Wellington lands the shot right to Brian Blaze. Wellington hits the discus punch, but he's not done with him. Clothesline now. Wellington looking to add a little bit of insult to injury, just brutalizing Brian Blaze. And a big time spine buster now. Wellington in control, and the headbutt connects. Wellington with the cover. Wellington, oh, Blaze gets the shoulder up. So close. Wellington almost getting it. Blaze back to his feet, lands the knee shot. Blaze coming back to life out of nowhere, connects with that shot. Blaze now, oh no. Double underhook DDT. Leg is hooked. Blaze gets the win. Wellington came so close. Wellington came so close. Landed the discus punch. Built up, and there's the headshot. The beautiful headbutt by Wellington, and went for the cover, and Blaze somehow found the opportunity, or found deep down inside, he got the shoulder up, but Blaze with that double underhook DDT that he's known for, gets the pinfall victory.
Here is your winner, Ryan.
Blaze is bleeding from the head a little bit. That might have been from the discus punch that Wellington landed. Brian Blaze victorious again. The ego continues to swell in the head of Brian Blaze. A lot of folks do not like Brian Blaze, folks, and I sympathize. The man is an unbelievable asshole, but truth be told, he is a phenomenal in-ring competitor, an XFW original, and one of the most brutal competitors we have here in XFW, and a multi-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion. Now up next, folks, is our main event of the evening. And folks, this is a lead-in to XFW Mat Mania. Big time Jim Slater and Bad Boy Marshall Sweet going head-to-head with Mark Collins and Seth Walker. Now this is all stemmed from our fantasy match set forth by our July contest winner, Marshall Foskett. He put together the entourage to take on Evolution and Bad Boy Marshall Sweet. Last night we saw Mad Dog John Rogers go one-on-one with Max Barrett. And Mad Dog came out the victor in a hard-fought battle between those two. Morgan Steiner was not happy about that. Brian Blaze needs to become a glazed donut or a meat popsicle. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. But then again, the XFW community is a little sometimes off kilter, much like the XFW wrestlers themselves. But that's why we're all here as a group, folks, because all of us are a little on the insane side. But again, I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. But again, our main event, mere seconds away. Now, folks, Evolution has clashed with the Entourage on a number of occasions in the past. So this is no strange territory for any of these folks. And Bad Boy Marshall Sweet has now had a long history with Mark Collins as the two exchanged the United States Championship back and forth. And now the Internet Championship, as Bad Boy Marshall Sweet won that away from Collins at XFW Wrestle War. So Collins was our first ever XFW dual champion. Seth Walker is a 6-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion, one of the most decorated competitors in all of XFW. Steiner was looking to have every championship under his grasp here in XFW and was a hair away. And everything came to waste at Mat Mania when every championship was taken away. So, folks, let's head down to ringside. Our main event starts now in XFW Saturday Night Showdown. Joseph Michalowczyk, the man behind the Insiders Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Folks, if you have not checked out the Insiders Wrestling Podcast, where they were nice enough to interview myself about XFW, Do yourself a favor and subscribe to them on YouTube. You will not be sorry. You'll see their logo on our ring and on my desk in the camera booth. Check out the Insiders Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. Michalowczyk, for tuning in. Joe Michalowczyk, also the founder of the Consortium for the Greater Geek, something I'm happy to be a part of and a founding member myself. Thank you, Mr. Michalowczyk, for joining us today. Big time Jim Slater inside the ring. Waiting for his partner, Bad Boy Marshall Sweet, to join him. Dirk Webb posting some words there from Big Time Jim Slater earlier today. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Internet Champion.
Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 210 pounds, one half of the Bad Boy Marshall Sweet.
Bad Boy Marshall Sweet, a two-time United States champion, the current XFW Internet Champion. This young man has taken XFW by storm ever since debuting here. Rick Fletcher, thank you to subscribing to Insiders Wrestler Podcast. Folks, again, I encourage everyone to do the same, as well as over at YouTube and follow XFW at Bloodsource 6 streaming on YouTube, just in case Facebook decides to shut us down again.
At a combined weight of 482 pounds, the Entourage.
Ladies and gentlemen, here come two members of the Entourage. The former six-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Walker, and the first ever dual champion, United States and Internet, Mark Collins. Steiner's crew had possibly the greatest run in all of XFW in the past 6 to 7 months. Absolutely laying waste to everyone that got in front of them. Right now, Slater starting things off with Collins, and here we go, folks. I made him out of the way. Collins and Slater tying up. In the corner, Slater pushing him all the way to the back. Oh! And Walker already getting his hands dirty, and a headbutt to Slater. Already, the underhanded tactics of the Entourage showing their ugly head. Slater, though, with a nice counter into an arm drag. Collins looking weary, comes in with a chop, but Slater shrugs it off. Slater just staring in now. Marshall Foskett, thank you for the shares. Collins again laying into Slater with a number of shots, but Slater almost shrugging them all off. And again a shot to the turnbuckle. Tag, in comes now big time. Former champion Seth Walker. Up and down. Walker is no stranger. Shots down in the midsection. Slater shoving him off. Here comes Walker. Slater counters and takes him down. Big time Jim Slater now starting to dominate the former World Heavyweight Champion. Shot to the face again. Irishman back into home territory. It connects. Tag. In comes Bad Boy Marshall Sweet. Sweet now locking up with the former World Heavyweight Champion. Slater staring in. Slater not looking like he wants to get out of the ring. Oh, Walker gets taken over the top. Walker taken up over the top. Slater's still just standing there. Needs to get out of the ring. Right now, Walker being decimated on the outside by Sweet. Right hand now by... And Sweet takes him down again. Collins now trying to get in the ring. Referee telling him no. Collins right back in a second time, though. Collins turning his attention to Slater, while Sweet and Walker battle on the outside. All four men now inside the ring. Slater with a counter. Slater now tossed over the top rope by Walker, and Sweet counters with a shot to the head. This is absolute chaos already, folks. This whole thing is breaking down already. We knew this was going to happen. Walker with a clothesline, levels. And then a shot to the face to Slater. Big time backbreaker now by Walker. Shot to the head now. Walker repeated elbows to the side of the head of Bad Boy Marshall Sweet. Big time backbreaker now. Slater on the outside. Slater looks hurt, folks. Slater is not moving. Walker's got him up. Drives him down hard, impact in the face. And a shot to the back. Walker again going to the outside right after Slater. Back inside the ring, changes his mind. Now both men looking in at Bad Boy Marshall Sweet. Sweet with a nice counter. Collins now back to the outside. Sweet and Walker now battling on. Oh, what a tackle. Sweet right back to his feet. Repeated shots to the head now. Back and forth action now. Sweet up on the shoulders. Takes him down. Collins again trying to come in. The referee shoving him out. Walker delivers a shot to the head. Walker jumps the internet champion across the top of the rope. And now sent to the outside. Walker again getting out in the face of Slater. Slater catching the leg. Slater spins him around, but Walker connects with a shot. Into the steel ring post again. And again bouncing Slater's head off that ring post. Walker's got Slater, oh no. Walker saved. Walker is going for the powerbomb. Walker is going for the powerbomb on Slater to the outside. Slater sent again crashing down to the canvas. Sweet now inside the ring. Walker catches him. Slater's down, folks. Slater might be hurt tonight. Something earlier on, Slater not looking right. Walker now again shots in the midsection. Repeated slams on the Bad Boy Marshall Sweet. Sweet with a counter again, back in home territory. But again, Slater not there. Slater may have a concussion. He doesn't look right on the outside, folks. Tag, in comes Collins. Double team maneuver coming up now, up and down. Bad Boy Marshall Sweet now in a world of trouble. On the outside now again, Walker looking out at big time Jim Slater. And again, Slater gets dumped. Collins now inside. Pile driver on Sweet. Sweet bouncing right back to his feet like this. Walker just delivered a chair shot to Slater on the outside. Walker just took a chair shot to big time Jim Slater on the outside. Sweet is all by himself on taking on two members of the entourage. But right now, Sweet in a commanding lead, laying in on Mark Collins. These two have no love lost between them. Collins fires back. Sweet catching the power slam. Collins firing back. Into a shot right across the back. Walker now turning his attention again to Slater on the outside. Irish whip. Counter again by Collins, kicking off the internet champion. Collins connects with a shot. Ripcord cutter connects. Slater's still down. Good Lord. The Entourage pull off the victory tonight. Slater's still laying down on the outside, folks. Slater may have an injury, but this may have been the entire plan for the Entourage. They eliminated Slater for the match and then tore apart the internet champion. And then Collins, right there, see Slater finally getting back to his feet, folks, but he was out on his feet. And the Entourage pulls off the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to XFW tonight. We'll see you next week on XFW Ground Zero. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the new likes, the shares, the stars. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.